Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kyra, and here on this channel, we love makeup. But we're really interested in real makeup for real life and real people like us, and I love project panning. Today's video is a very exciting finale to a year-long project in collaboration with my best friend on YouTube, who is Angela from Beauty and Life with Angela. If you notice that she took a little break, she is back on YouTube now. I'm going to link her down below. Make sure to go check her out. Give her some love, subscribe, tell her I sent you, and also watch her Project Pan playlist if you're interested. The goal this year was to hit pan on 21 items in our collections, and I'm pretty thrilled with my results this year. But before we get into the overall project progress, details, etc., let's just go ahead and talk about the few products that I had left in this project as of last month's update. The first one is my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in the shade Opal. I definitely got some good use out of this year. However, I did not meet my goal to finish this completely this year. And honestly, I have not worked on it a whole ton in the last couple of months because it's getting too dark for my complexion as I lose my color from the summer weather. So it's going back in my collection. I will probably work on it again in the coming year. I'll have on the screen for you here the total usage for this particular project on the items that I have left. But the Becca highlighter did start out at exactly 19 grams, and the final weight was 18.16 grams. So not even a full gram of highlighter was used in this project, but I still made amazing progress on the product. And highlighter is one of those that's really hard to pan because I like that lit from within glow, not a stripe, not beaming to space. So I just use how much I use and, you know, hope for the best. And I did use the Becca highlighter 42 times in this project, which is definitely way more usage than it would have gotten had it not been in this project. The next product, and the one and only new pan since our last update, is my number 7 Lift and Luminate Triple Action Translucent Finishing Powder in the shade Light. Big old dip in here, but a couple of little, there's a sliver there and then like a tiny little pinprick baby pan in there. And I'm just, you know, I'm very thrilled to have consistently gotten usage out of this. I put this in May, and so I've been using it ever since. It's the only powder I really like on my under eye, so that makes it slow progress, but also easy to reach for every day. The powder started out at 69.19 grams, and today the final weight was 67.39 grams. So a good amount of progress. Up until the time that I stopped tracking, I had used this powder 77 times in this project. I will admit that I've kind of fallen off the wagon of tracking usage in this last month of the year as I'm just getting excited about new projects, planning what I'm going to do with my channel in the new year. So at least 77 uses in this project, and I'm glad. And it's going to stay out because it is the only powder that I use on my under eye. Next, I believe the one and only empty for this project is my Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. This is a mini. The goal was to finish it, and I did. And I gotta tell you, even though this was a mini bronzer, this is super firmly pressed in the pan, so it really did take a lot longer than I anticipated, and it really felt like quite an accomplishment once I did finish it. I thought repressing it would help me get through the last little bit faster, but it honestly didn't seem to help. It's just such a firm product, and a little goes a long way. So I'm just glad to have finished this. This is one of my oldest bronzers in my collection. The starting weight was 28.21 grams, and the empty component today weighed 26.03 grams. So I'm going to keep this little guy because I think it might come in handy for repressing in the future, but I'm glad that I moved out at least one bronzer. Actually, I moved out two because I moved out a cream bronzer in Partners in Cream this year. So really excited about that. I feel quite accomplished, and I'm happy to have that one gone. Next is a product that sadly I'm like a whisper from hitting goal on this one, but no pan. And I am filming this quite early in December. It's the 11th today, but this is, I'm wanting to take a break at the end of December, so I'm pre-filming, but I will hit pan on this before the end of the year, and I'll update you guys over on Instagram. That is my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, one of my favorite pieces in my collection. The goal was to hit pan on the bronzing shade. Hopefully you can see how dipped down it is right here. The product is very, very thin, like pan within days. I'm fine with that. I really love this product. Like I said, one of my favorite pieces in my collection. It's a great shade match for me right now at this time of year. I do have this on today in conjunction with a product that I believe will be coming soon in Partners in Cream 2022. But I did not meet my goal on this one, unfortunately. It originally weighed in at, oh, this was one that I had trouble with where it weighed in at. I think maybe it wasn't fully on the scale, if that makes sense. So at the last update in November, this weighed 106.21 grams. This now weighs 104.74 grams. So not quite 2 grams of progress on here, but that's still a lot of bronzer used. So I feel really good about the chances of hitting pan in this year before the end of the year. I only tracked 20 uses on this, but I have used this nearly every day of November and so far here in December. So, you know, a lot of good use out of this. This is something I've been wanting to work on panning for a long time. So I'm glad I was able to work it in this year. The last product is an eyeshadow palette. And I just had the goal to hit at least one pan in this palette and, you know, just overall get some good usage on it. And that is my C-Color Savannah palette. I love this thing. And it has such a beautiful array of matte shades. I hit pan on this shade first, and then I did hit pan on this green shade as well. I did work on this yellow shade down here, but I did not hit pan on it yet. This originally weighed in at 126.63 grams, and it is now at 125.74 grams. So not quite a full gram used, but a gram of eyeshadow is a lot. I feel great about that. I did hit 2 pans, not just one. So I'll be happy to put this back into my collection and pull it out. I feel like I know this palette so much better now. I feel like this palette also contributed to me being able to hit pan on so many other eyeshadows this year because it just paired beautifully with anything that I might roll in otherwise. So I love this palette and I'm happy to have used it. Before I quit tracking, I had used this product 41 times. And I really enjoy it. So let's just talk briefly about my overall progress or success in this project. I did hit 19 out of 21 pans in this project. I did hit pan in several other products in my Partners in Cream project this year. So if you want to look at it that way, I definitely hit 21 pans this year, but I only hit 19 of them in this project. I did have 20 goals met. That's including the empty of the Tarte bronzer. So I feel really good about this project this year. I far exceeded what I anticipated that I would accomplish in this project this year, and that's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, I've seen people who are working on hitting 100 pans this year, and I think that's really exciting. I think that's something that I would love to do in the future. Once my collection is more used and more well loved, I slow down on buying things. So stay tuned, because my intro to my 2022 rolling project pan, like this one, will be going up on the 1st of 2022. I'm really excited to share with you the products that I chose to start off the year, hopefully with a bang, and make some progress in my collection this year. And I have a few things that I'm going to be doing differently to guide myself, not only in hitting pan and making progress in my project pans, but also getting better use and rotation of my collection overall. So thank you guys so much for coming along on this project with me this year, for watching, supporting, and commenting. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days, and I will see you in my next video very, very soon.